It's Katrina with another edition of Know the Drill. Natural gas drilling in the Marcellus Shale has provided an economic boom to Pennsylvania, but some are arguing that the environmental risks outweigh the potential benefits. Let's take a look at some of these concerns. Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, is the process used to release natural gas far below the Earth's surface. Fracking primarily involves the use of water and sand mixed with common household chemicals. Fracking has raised unfounded fears of water contamination. Pennsylvania's Department of Environmental Protection Secretary John Hanger stated, "We have not found yet, as of today, one case in Pennsylvania where these frac fluids have come back up from 5,000 to 8,000 feet underground and contaminated someone's water. That's the facts." It is a good idea for anyone leasing their land to have their water tested before and after the fracking process. Gas drillers will usually test the water near a drill site before and after drilling for free. A local farmer who had leased his land had this to say.
We've tested our water extensively prior and following the fracturing, and there's been no detriment. The pigs are fine. Everyone seems to be okay. The more I learn about it, the more I've watched and seen, the better I feel about it all the time.
Fracking fluid spills above ground, however, have caused some water contamination. Most of these incidents were minor, with no lasting effects, but it is a legitimate concern that should not be ignored.
There are times when drilling can affect water temporarily. As we're drilling through that freshwater zone, nearby wells can experience some cloudiness. It's something that we take very seriously. When that happens, we will temporarily replace water supplies until we get the service cased off. Once that happens, those issues are generally temporary.
One serious concern that has caused water contamination is methane migration. Drilling can release already existing methane pockets, allowing the gas to seep into water wells. But this was an issue even before gas drilling. According to DEP Secretary Hanger, quote, "Gas migration is not a new issue. There were problems well before the first Marcellus well was drilled." End quote. Indeed, drillers are helping residents improve water wells.
We've had some wells that has been ruined by well drilling here in Twana Township. Chesapeake went up there and they had a water buffalo and gave them pure water to run on and brought them all kinds. And by talking to them, so far, they've got a brand new well.
Local officials and the DEP work to monitor drilling activity, holding drilling companies accountable for any damages. But that's not all. As Secretary Hanger explains, we also required, with the application of every drilling permit, a water plan that would specify where the water would come from. That's an important regulatory tool to make sure any withdrawals do not cause damage to an aquatic system. Drilling companies are held financially responsible for any environmental damage they cause. The DEP is primarily responsible for issuing permits, monitoring well sites, responding to complaints, and fining violators. The name of every chemical used for fracking is available online on the DEP's website. And the DEP has 190 oil and gas inspectors, more than any other state, who routinely and randomly inspect drilling sites.
We get numerous inspections here from the state DEP, from OSHA, SRBC, Susquehanna River Basin Commission, numerous agencies overseeing everything we do. Local county does wastewater enforcement. Just about every single facet of our operations is highly regulated. Everything from the construction of this pad, which is a separate permit, to each individual well that will eventually be drilled from this pad, to the water that we utilize in the drilling process, in the completion process, to even the water that we utilize for dust control when it's dry in early September.
There is still room for improvement, according to Secretary Hanger. We're not demanding perfection, but there has been too many leaks, too many spills, too many instances of gas migrating to water supplies. The industry on a whole needs to do a better job. A recent survey by Penn State's Cooperative Extension shows greater public support for drilling in areas where more drilling is occurring. Local residents explain why many of their concerns have been alleviated.
There's like 5 or 6 wells actually within 5 miles of my property. So, and I heard people complain about the wildlife and stuff. Well, I still have a lot of wildlife around.
If you look around, you'll see where they've put the pipeline in. It's now all greened up, where they've seeded it. I feel like once this initial drilling phase is done, I mean, it's just going to be holes in the ground, and the meter will be running.
Thanks for tuning in to Know the Drill. Signing off for now, I'm Katrina Curry. For more information, go to energyfactspa.com.